Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to the Science Lab. As you know, I am not only your student teacher, I am a scientist. And today we're going to be seeing if we can make rain in the Science Lab. Do you think we could make rain in the Science Lab? Let's find out. Today's Pennsylvania State Standard is here. And today, before we do our experiment, we need to talk about how rain is made in nature. So it's part of what we call the water cycle. This is pretty advanced for kindergarten, so I'm going to help you out and explain it and then give you a song to remember it. So first, water on the ground and in ponds and lakes and pools and puddles, it heats up. And when it heats up, it turns to water vapor and does what we call evaporation. Then, when it's up in the sky, the temperature in the sky is a lot colder than it is on the ground. So it cools down and forms clouds. This step is called condensation. And then, eventually, those clouds get heavy. And when they get heavy, their droplets move down to a warmer area of the atmosphere and turn back into water droplets and rain, and that's called precipitation. And our little song is evaporation, condensation, precipitation on my mind. It is called the water cycle, and it happens all the time. Did you catch that? It evaporates, it condenses, and then precipitation or rain or snow falls from the sky. Sing along this time. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation on my mind. It is called the water cycle, and it happens all the time. So in order to simulate the water cycle today, we are going to need a cup of tap water, blue food coloring, and a little teeny bit of shaving cream. So we are going to put shaving cream up at the top of this cup, and that will simulate the clouds, because the clouds up in the sky are lighter than the atmosphere that we live in, and shaving cream is lighter than tap water. Then what we're going to attempt to do is add food coloring to weigh down our shaving cream, and maybe it'll start to rain in our jar. So first we have to make our educated guess, or our hypothesis. So I think that the blue dye will just stay above the shaving cream. I don't think we can make rain in our jar. What do you think? Let's find out. our jar, it did start to rain when we added our food coloring to the top of the jar. Look at that. It's swirling around and storming in our cup. Boys and girls, just like any experiment, we have to keep notes. So here I have the title of our experiment, the rain experiment. I recorded my hypothesis that the blue dye will sit above the shaving cream. I recorded my observations after we put the blue dye in, and I said the blue dye was heavier than the clouds and it rained in the jar. So in conclusion, we proved the water cycle. When clouds are weighed down by too much water, precipitation occurs and it will rain or snow. Thank you all for coming to my science lab. I hope you had fun. I hope you followed along at home, and I hope you learned something. Keep doing science at home and stay safe.